you. Good evening, everybody. What's happening? And welcome back to the Team Nerd Herd podcast, where the words to live by here are: if you want to do it right, collect what you like. And today we are bringing to you guys a new segment called FANime Talks, where we're bringing that content from the Far East straight to you. But before we get into that, we want to, do a little bit of roll call here. So, Alonzo, what's happening, man?
Not much. I'm excited for the show, Eric. I'm excited for you, dude. This is going to be great. This is Alonzo, a.k.a. Comics and Pops, your comic book nerd and pop culture fanatic, and also your anime fan. Oh, yeah. What about you, Steve? What's going on?
And it's your boy, Steve, a.k.a. hip-hop-cinema_comics_collectibles, senpai at night, My Hero Academia lover during the day, quirk user all the time. That's all I got to say. I'm going to change that up, guys. You know, sometimes I got to keep you on your toes. But I'm going to pass it right back to my brother, my blood brother, Eric, the Phoenix, rising from the ashes and spreading them wings out. What's up, brother?
There we go, baby. That's word, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's your boy, Eric the Phoenix. And yeah, man, you guys could, I just want to address the people in the chat, man. So, Steve, who do we got up in the chat right now? Show some love.
Oh, man. Let's go ahead and give love to the moderators of Team Nerd Herd, Brother Rudy and Something Wong. But let's go ahead and greet Something Wong because he was first, man. And you know what? That's why I love Something Wong. Look at that, Eric.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Sensei.
Well, I mean, we're Sage on. Yeah, we're gonna hop around a little bit. We're gonna go back to Naruto. So definitely believe that, my brother. What's going on to Ryan, Cosmic Campfire, new guy? What's cracking? What's cracking? All right, what's going on, brother Rudy? Brother Rudy is BBQing. I know that's for sure, my brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's keep on going and keep on trucking. Lord Chucks, what's going on, Lord Chucks, over at the biggest little city collectors? What's going on, my brother? Shout out to if you missed the rewind yesterday, go ahead and get you some. All right. We got Bravo Comics is in the building. What is cracking, my brother?
Good, Bravo.
Comics are great. Anthony, what's going on? NY Warriors, my brother. Comics Kings is in the building. Y'all, my rib is killing me right now. Somebody bring me a water. But that's it. That's the roll call, man. We are all caught up. If we missed you, we will crack you out at the very beginning. What's going on? You want to shout out?
I was about to say, didn't we have like Mr. Justin, Mr. No Good Comics, Mr.
I was gonna say I
just surpassed 750. He's on 800 subscribers.
804, brother. 804.
Weren't you on his show, Steve, just a little while ago?
If you guys missed a rewind, you guys missed a great show. Why don't you go ahead and check that rewind of my brother, No Good Comments. We're celebrating. You know what? Your boy Steve just threw out a mystery box over to his man Sparks. Oh, I see my boy back issue Paulie. Ayo, Paulie. I see my boy Tomorrow Cinema Station. Big old station. To the fellas out there at the PCP Army and Bad Batch, my brothers. And then, back issue Paulie right up in it. And I think we're all caught up, man. So No Good Comics, my brother. Go back and check the rewind. But let's go ahead and get into this, Eric. I'm getting freaking excited. Battle 66 Panda as well. Shout out to Battle 66 Panda.
What up, Battle? All right, man. Well, I mean, now that we got the roll call, everybody settled in. I mean, let's just get into it, man. I mean, if we're talking about MHA, My Hero Academia, for those of you guys that are in the know, you guys already know what's up. If you guys don't, you guys are in the right spot to hear about it. So, I'm just going to give you guys just kind of an overview on what's going on because this battle anime is just action packed with stuff. So just to kind of paint you a word picture, it's taking place in the world that, where 80% of the population just kind of miraculously just has some sort of special trait and or ability. And in this world, think of the words that they kind of phrase them by is quirks. So if you want to think of it as a kind of a mutant gene, it just kind of is something similar to that. And it's kind of rare where an individual doesn't have a quirk. So we're going to get into that. right now. And so the main character of this anime, it goes by the name of Izuku Midoriya, and he's just that minority. That unfortunately he is corkless. He does not have a cork, but throughout his life, I mean, he just kind of, regardless of the fact that he doesn't have a cork, he still has kind of like that innate heart of a hero, you know. So he's aspiring. He just doesn't want to give up on that dream. And like a kid, I mean, it's just very kid-like. You know, you have something, you know, that you want to do, and you know, you kind of hold on to that. And so he just is going to school with a bunch of his peers that also just that have corks. And one of them in particular, who's kind of his, you know, childhood friend, but also a bully in the group, that just kind of mocks him for being corkless. And this character goes by the name of Bakugo. And, you know, throughout the series, you just kind of see their little kind of interactions. You kind of already know that they're just going to be those rival figures. But Midoriya is just kind of setting out and just trying to figure out how he can aspire to become a hero. And the hero that he idolizes, which a lot of these characters that we're going to be kind of taking a look at here are aspiring to be like, is this world's Superman, if you will. And this guy goes by the name of All Might. And he is just that symbol of peace is what he basically is to this world. And Midoriya just wants to be like him. And, you know, unfortunately for him, he's wanting to hear these words from anybody, you know, from his mom, just some kind of figure that he looks up to, is that you can become a hero. And to his dismay, you know, they're kind of hitting him with that reality fix of, you know, you're not going to be able to do it without a cork.
Yeah. So Eric, just really quickly, I love how you summed up Midoriya's character. I love the fact that you made him this lovable guy that all he wants to do is help people out. And even though he doesn't have a quirk or has any sort of power, I mean, he's willing to go put himself out there and sacrifice his body, like his image, is everything, just to help people out and be that hero, that symbol of peace.
Right.
So I like it. I love it. Tell me more, sir. Tell me more.
Yeah, no. I mean, and if just from that little tidbit, I mean, his character only develops. He only gets better. And, you know, as he's just kind of mulling things over in his head one day after school, he unfortunately gets kind of blindsided by a villain that just it kind of has intangible body. He's just kind of sludge. So he's looking to kind of take over Midoriya's body as a invisible host, if you will. And just as things are kind of looking grim already, he is saved by his all-time hero, All Might. And All Might just to kind of takes care of business, you know. Just hits him with what you know, what his kind of special techniques are, and he kind of just yells out a Texas Smash and just kind of blows this sludge thing away. And after saving Midoriya, he's just like, okay, like I gotta go. And Midoriya is such a fanboy that he just rushes to him and just kind of grabs him by the leg and just wants a little bit more. So unfortunately for All Might, he's like, I got to drop this kid off somewhere. So Midoriya is confronted with his all-time hero, and he just asks him, hey, is there any way for me to become a hero without a quirk? And so as All Might, you know, is kind of has to be the one to also break it to him. He says, you know, without a quirk, it's going to be tough, unfortunately, you know, but there's other lines of work, hero work that you could do, police officer, what have you. And so then All Might is we get let in on a little bit of a secret to All Might. So there's something to this person's ability where he unfortunately he deflates. He's this real muscular guy and just kind of reverts back to this kind of skeleton-like figure. If you want to call it, it's almost like a secret identity. You know what I mean? And you know, like, things just kind of get a little funny from there. and All Might lets him in on a little bit on his own little secret that how he was able to the dismay that he kind of got to, and what reverted him back to this kind of form. And so it was definitely due to some catastrophic battle. And so he sets off, and unfortunately, during their exchange, the villain that he caught was let loose again, and he's wreaking havoc on this little town. And the person that he gets is Midoriya's rival, Bakugo. And, so Midoriya is kind of on his way, just kind of back, still thinking about what All Might had mentioned to him. And his feet just kind of take him to where the danger is. He's just kind of instinctively. So remember how I said he's kind of has that heart of a hero. This is kind of those beginning stages of what you guys see. And he is kind of looking to see what's the commotion all about. And he kind of sees through the crowd who the victim is. And he sees that it's his friend. And All Might is also there on the scene, but he's kind of reverted back to his, secret identity self, his weaker self, and he's trying to figure out what to do. And as soon as Midoriya locks eyes with his friend, he just instinctively just takes into action and has no idea why. He's like, I'm what am I going to do against this guy? But I can't help but just move. And so it really just gives you that root, like, hell yeah, Midoriya, like, let's do this, and he just is trying to save his friend. And he not only inspired me, but he inspired his hero to just kind of beef up. And he All Might just kind of goes back into his muscular form, and then he takes care of business. And he meets up Midoriya after this exchange, and he mentions to him, the words that I told you before. He says, I just want you to know that you too can become a hero. And you just see and feel just kind of like the joy that Midoriya is feeling at that time, hearing the words that you've been longing to hear from your all-time hero. And so All Might lets him in on another secret about his quirk, is that his quirk is able to be passed down from one person to another. And so with Midoriya being quirkless, he just is grateful and just kind of jumps on to the fact that, yes, I will accept your quirk, no matter what the conditions are. And from there, it just broadens the story up and really opens up to where their relationship is going and how it's going to be like. And he trains up and he is able to accept his quirk. And the way he has to do it is just ingest some form of DNA. So All Might just plucks a golden lock out of his hair and just says, "Here, boy, eat up." And so Midoriya
eat up, and we'll tell you.
That's right. That's right. And so go ahead, Alonso.
I was going to say, so that one episode really kind of sums up like everything, like the character of Midoriya, the character of All Might, why he's giving that, why he's passing the torch.
Yes.
And like you highlighted that relationship between Bakugo and Midoriya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you've kind of summed up everything all so nicely. And you can see that in that first episode of My Hero.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, I think is just having that all kind of packed in to just like, those few episodes, it really does, like, just like what you said to your point, is that it really does paint a good beginning for us and, for you guys as the viewers. And to continue things going, in order to aspire to be a hero, you gotta somehow figure out, you gotta go to school. It's kind of like a profession for them. And so the school that he wants to enroll in is the school that All Might goes to, or had gone to when he was a rookie, UA High School. And he and quite a few other individuals that some cast members that you will eventually see as time goes on, they all have to do an enrolling test where it's more of a battle, like what's up, legendary, where they're going to have to actually put some of their skills to the test, and it's a point system. So Midoriya is still kind of getting used to this quirk, and he really has not used it just yet. And he's just overwhelmed, and he's just trying to figure out, like, I need to get points. What do I do? And as he's just kind of panicking, there is this gigantic robot that just is coming in, and you see a bunch of other classmates that are just kind of heading for the hills. They're running the opposite way, as most of them kind of already have their points that they kind of gathered already. But to kind of bring disaster into this, a girl that you see gets kind of caught in the rubble, and she's just in need of a hero. And Midoriya is our guy for the job. And so he instinctively just kind of activates this quirk that is known as One for All. And so he's able to activate it, and he just leaps into the air and takes action and just one-shots this gigantic robot, basically saving the day. However, because his body is not necessarily used to having a quirk, especially this powerful of one, it's like a double-edged sword for him right now. So he's taken some heavy damage, so heavy, in fact, that his legs and the arm that he's that he used to punch is just broken. So he's flailing about. But as he's kind of nosediving into the pavement, that girl that he saved in turn saves him back. And so, hey, what's going on? Comics are great, baby. And so he's saved by the girl that he saves, and so he eventually is enrolled in this school. They recognize his skills and his talents, and he gets enrolled into class 1A. And just so that way, you guys, I could show you guys a little picture, so that way you guys can kind of see what the classmates are.
Oh yeah.
Let's
This is exciting. This is exciting, guys. If you guys aren't on My Hero Academia, let me tell you, like Eric summarizing that first episode, if you've ever been told in your life that you can't do something, or you're experiencing a hardship in your life, sum it up there. I mean, if you look up the first 2 episodes, it's really heartfelt, and it's hard, because the kid wants to be a hero so bad, and to be given this opportunity of a lifetime, it's just an amazing storyline, guys.
And to be honest with you, I mean, I kind of like teared up a little bit.
I cried yesterday.
At the first episode, because it was just like, it was so emotional. I mean, you can feel like everything, any and everything there. And then, to Eric's point about, like, not only did he just get powers, but he needed to prove himself, because he needed to learn how to use it. And going into UA was the way to go. But it looks like Eric has some stuff to kind of show us real fast. So let's take a gander.
Bam.
Let's see. Yes, I'm
cranking on up.
There we go, you guys. Good. Here we are. So
1A.
I'm just going to scroll down right here. So this is class 1A. Oh, there we are. So we're starting from. Yeah, so we're starting, from the top row, and it just kind of gives you the seats and just some of the characters that that are going to be with us for the series. And so we have Yuga Amaya. He is he's got a laser quirk. We got Ashido Mina, who's got this kind of acid-like quirk.
She's a big girl too.
Yeah, she's like Toad from X-Men, if you will. She's got basically all the things that a frog can do. We got Tene Ida right here. He's a speedster. We got Ochaka Uraka. Now, the girl that Midoriya saved in the episode that I was mentioning to you guys, this is her, and she's a Billy B, you guys. She's a good chick. So. And then we have, she's a baddie. We got Bashiro Ojio, whose quirk, he's kind of like martial arts, but he's got a tail, so Bruce Lee with the tail, if you will. We got Tenki. Sorry, help me out there, Steve. What do we got? Kaminari. There we are.
Yeah, Kaminari.
Kaminari. Yeah, he's got the electricity abilities. Ijiro Kishima. He's got the ability to kind of harden his body. Koji Koda, he has the ability to talk to animals. Rikido Sato, he has this ability called Sugar. So whenever he consumes sugar, he's able to just kind of beef up you guys. Mezo Soji, he has very unique ability. He's able to recreate kind of limbs. He's got this 6 arms, and he can create a eye, ear, a mouth there. Kyoka Jiro, she's got kind of like super hearing. She can kind of jack into anything and just kind of hear what's going on. Hanata Sero, he's like the Spider-Man. He just kind of has his tapes, and he's able to utilize them and swing from rooftops. And we got Fumikage Tokuyami, whose ability has he's kind of like the host. He's kind of like the host for this shadow like figure that lives inside of him. So they're kind of partnered up together. Soto Todoraki, he's got an ability called half and half, where he's able to use half fire and half ice. Toru Hakari, obviously, you don't see her, so she's got that invisibility.
I was going to say she's headless.
Yeah, she's
report she's headless.
She's walking clothes,
That's right.
We got Katsuki Bakugo, and that is Midoriya's kind of longtime rival that I was mentioning earlier. We got Izuku Midoriya, of course, our main man. We got Minoru Mineta. And he's kind of like the comedy relief. He's got a very unique quirk. Yeah, he is definitely the pervy guy up in here. And the last, we got Momo. Momo, she is the brains of the operation. She's got a lot going on. She kind of knows what to do, and her unique quirk is create. So that definitely comes in handy. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get back to where we are now. And so now that you guys are getting brought up to the cast, Steven, Alonzo, so far with the individuals that we just introduced, is there somebody that stuck out to you guys in mind when you guys were seeing all that mayhem going on?
So I want to say that Tokoyami is like one of my favorite characters in the entire series. I mean, I know everybody's favorite's Midoriya, but oh my god, this guy is just so cool. I mean, he has like superpowers. He's got strength. He can meld into shadows. He could do pretty much anything. He can fly, and he has this invincible like friend or spirit that if it gets too consumed with darkness, he just goes nuts.
Yes.
He is so powerful though, and for him to have that kind of restraint to kind of keep that power in check all the time, I mean, it takes a lot. So I admire him the most out of all these heroes. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is just great. He could probably be the strongest person on the planet, but because he doesn't want to let things get out of control, like he always needs to kind of like keep himself in check. And his personality, he's very dry. And I mean, this guy is awesome. And he looks like a hawk.
He's like an emo. He's like an emo hawk.
That's right.
That's right. Great. Goth style, baby.
Yeah, totally.
Right. I love it. I love it. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, Steve, let's hear what you got.
For me, it's Midoriya, man. I mean, he really has a good heart. And I think when they like with Japanese, they really know. Again, we talk about like music, we talk about the tone. With Midoriya, he's just a hopeless child that wants so bad to to be a hero, man. I mean, and just unwillingly, unselfishly. He's very selfless. And he also, I mean, I don't know if I wasn't hearing this earlier, you know, your boy's rib cramped up on him, so he had to get a little glass of water.
Yeah.
But I would say Midoriya is a fanboy too. So he's very analytical. He takes notes and he looks at all these other heroes. He finds their quirks, their strengths, their weaknesses. So he's able to really think on his toes. And just seeing him where he's at now, I don't want to veer off at all, but seeing where he's at now, he just really encompasses the true hero. You know, he's making his mentor proud for sure. And yeah, man, he's just all around. He's a Billy B, man. My man Midoriya, man, Deku all day.
Yeah. Yep.
What about you, Eric? Talk to me.
Agree. You know, it's funny. Ironically enough, Tokuyami, he was. I have a thing with bird-like characters. You know, when I saw him with his Dark Shadow, I mean, his hero name, you guys, is the Jet Black Hero. You can't get better than that, you guys. I mean, he is
Jet,
the Jet,
Benny the Jet.
So that, you know, so and you know, just like Alonzo said, he just looks really cool. So, you know, so now that you're kind of introduced to, with the cast, you guys, I mean, now you get to see what they're. Yeah. Oh, thank you, D-Anime, my man. You know, you really get to see their sense of camaraderie form together. You see the different types of personalities inside each of the characters. And they, as a band, you know, a group, they are able to, unfortunately to them, they get confronted by villains, and as their time kind of goes on, and they just get kind of thrown into the mix, and they're having to fend off a group. You know, so now that you guys got brought into the hero portion, now your guys are starting to get into the point where obviously heroes has their opposites, their villains, and so we get introduced by the League of Villains. And so but before I you know, kind of get into that, you guys, if you guys could please let us know who your guys is you know, if you guys are in it, who your guys' favorite character is, and you know, if what your guys' favorite quirk is. You know, I definitely would love to hear that, you guys. And so you know, as we continue on, the villains are get brought into the mix, and they're having to fight you know, the students, and you finally get to see the kind of like the main person of who's orchestrating this, or at least the second in command, is goes by the name of Shigaraki, and he is nothing to be trifled with. He's got a quirk called DK, and he is he's a force to be reckoned with, and he rolls with two individuals who are also quite powerful. One goes by the name of a Nomu, which later on you guys will kind of get to see in the story that these are kind of engineered like figures that have multiple quirks to them. And his kind of right-hand man goes by the name of Kuragigi, who has this kind of warp-like substance to him where he's just all this kind of darkness fog like figure. And so they are attacking the heroes, and just where things just are really looking grim, these guys are the kids are kind of taking care of some of the smaller fries, but as things kind of progress on, you really start to see just how powerful these villains can be and how ruthless they are. And you know, fortunate for them, their teachers are kind of you know, kind of taking back and holding some of these guys at bay. One of their actual homeroom teachers, Mr. Ayazawa, or his hero name, Eraserhead, he is really holding it down and trying to protect these kids. And he's got a very unique quirk that is able to erase another person's quirk as long as he makes eye contact and doesn't blink. And so, unfortunately for him, as much as he's holding it down, he also suffers a defeat, and where things are looking grim, All Might kind of sets in on the scene, and he really takes care of business. But to open up what Quark One for All is, you really get to see just the magnitude of what you're seeing. And so, as you think that he's able to utilize this ability in just kind of one facet, it kind of breaks that wall, and he pushes beyond his limits. As I had mentioned, that he had suffered an accident. So, knowing that he's able to kind of take that 100% of what we see and really make it into something else, I mean, he just overpowers these villains, and he's able to save the day.
Can we just soak up that moment, Eric? I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm interested, and I want to be in the chat with the rest of the guys too. I'm like, are y'all seeing this? But can we just soak up? Can we just soak up episode 12? Okay. That to Eric's point, he's breaking down what episode 12 is, what the kids are going through, and All Might coming in. I think the music and the score that they use, man, it's all inspiring. I mean, if you look at like Infinity War or these other movies that kind of get you emotionally choked up, man, animes do it all the time. You hear All Might kind of chatting with himself and saying, I'm sorry that these kids are scared. I'm glad that I was warned, and my homeroom fellow teachers taking the shot, and these villains, man, they're all there, and they're all in awe of All Might and talking like, oh my god, it's All Might. You got one guy looking at them and saying, forget about that, let's take him out. All Might's that good, y'all, that you just hear the wind just poof, and all these bodies fall. But I mean, to kind of open up to Eric's point, I mean, this is an amazing episode. I'm gonna go ahead and give it back to you, Eric, because I was just thinking about that opening scene where he takes his tie off, and you see all the kids like in sheer happiness and in disbelief that he's there. It's just a true save the day moment.
Yeah, but, no, you definitely see that relief, and the animation, you guys, it's like god tier animation. They really do make this battle between All Might and Nomu look extra crisp, extra clean. So if you haven't seen it, definitely start watching it. You guys start watching it. And so that's basically kind of season one summed up, and as we're kind of going on to season two, and you just start to see the class 1A individuals, you start to see their characters develop more. Their quirks are they're working on fine-tuning their abilities, coming up with kind of signature move names. They got to come up with their hero names. And you also get a little bit, you get brought into some more of the teachers as well, which is kind of unique because they're also pro heroes, and they're, I guess you could say like part-time teachers and stuff.
100%.
Yep, that's right. So you think that there is a little bit of relief, but just kind of like how when the heroes just get confronted with these villains, how All Might is kind of Midoriya's, teacher, if you will. His arch nemesis, or will soon to be, Shigaraki, also has a teacher, and this teacher is basically mentoring him to basically take his place in the world of kind of villain work. And so this villain, it goes by the name of All for One, and as you can tell by the name, there's a parallel there, you guys. So it's just kind of ironic that you have a One for All user and All for One, both on opposite sides of the spectrum. So you get to see just how each disciple is going to rise up.
Do you want to explain the difference between All for One and One for All?
Please.
Yes. So One for All is a stockpile quirk. How All Might mentioned to Midoriya that it is basically transferred over. So it is a generational quirk that has been transferred from one user to another over the years. And the unique ability with this quirk is that as it's getting passed down from individual to individual, the next person is able to obtain and kind of unlock, if you will, the former user's quirk. And so it really does go to show you just how powerful. And I believe Midoriya is the 11th user of this quirk. So he's got quite a bit of training to do to just kind of unlock the rest of these abilities. But as time goes on, he is able to he's able to unlock it little by little. And so that's one for all. And so all for one being basically the symbol of evil in this world. He is basically the creator of this quirk. He had a younger sibling that was supposedly quirkless. Oh, Midoriya is number 9. Thank you. Comics are great. And All for One was able to kind of transfer certain abilities to his younger brother. His younger brother was basically weak and just really couldn't defend himself or anybody. And so though he wasn't not capable of doing anything about it, he still had the heart of wanting to somehow figure out a way to put his brother's, kind of reign to an end. Empathy. Yes, that's a good point.
You got Battle Panda. You got Battle Panda excited. She can't wait.
Yes, Battle Panda. I'm telling you. And so that's where the differences of what these kind of quirks are and what their kind of skill sets. Both very powerful, both very similar, but they're one's working on the side of good and one for the side of evil. And as you kind of just progress in the series, you start to really see the evolution of what the League of Villains are. Just kind of how you see Class 1A, except these villains are very unique, and their abilities are just as strong as you would probably notice with some of the other characters. And they are just kind of going full throttle with just confronting these classes, and they actually have their eye kind of set on an individual that won this tournament. It kind of going on in season 2, where the kids are kind of pinned up against each other to basically a display of power to try to basically win first place. And Alonzo, our boy, took Yami. He took 3rd place in that tournament. You know that's right.
So, what was the purpose of this tournament, Eric?
So the purpose of this tournament was to kind of it's broadcasted throughout the city. So a school that is well known as UA is it's basically to kind of get everybody in the mindset of kind of like what the next generation is kind of producing and what UA is doing, and then also kind of getting these kids ready for an internship. So it also gives some of these pro heroes an opportunity to see the next generation of what they're of who they potentially will be training.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, because the tournament is essentially a showcase for all of these new characters to kind of, or heroes to kind of just go out there and show off their powers and skills. So that way, as kind of you mentioned, these pro heroes can kind of handpick who they want to kind of join their
agency.
Thank you.
Yes, the agency. That's right, Steve. That's right. And so how DAnime had said that he's on to season 3. I mean, season 3 just kind of gets better. There's a lot of more things that are unpacked, and where you you get brought into more individuals like class 1B. You do get an introduction on season 2 with class 1B, and I'm going to see if I could share another picture with you guys of just like the cast of what you guys see. You don't see a tremendous amount of what their skill sets are, but just so that way you guys get a visual of these individuals. And just kind of what class 1A is kind of working up against.
No, I'm glad you're doing this, because like seriously, like class B, like as the seasons progress, I mean, you get to see them at their full strength and how much they kind of help push class 1 to be like the heroes they truly are meant to be.
Yes, that's right. And true to your point, Alonzo, same goes for, class 1B. They're both in the hero class enrollment, and so they all are trying to be the best that they can. And so you see certain individuals with their if you're just taking a look at these guys, you can kind of already tell with certain individuals what their skill sets are. And for some of these guys, you don't see their skill set until, a couple of seasons down the road. And so I don't want to spoil for those of you guys that are, kind of, watching it right now. But, if we're on season 3, I mean, going along with kind of what the anime is on, you guys are seeing these classmates and doing their thing, and so they're pushing class 1A just as hard because they're wanting to do the same. And so you really get an opportunity to see just different skill sets and abilities for these kids, and yeah. Season 3 just kind of continues on. What were you going to say, Alonzo?
No, I was going to say, like, so if you wanted to get into more detail about these class 1B, you need to see season 5. Season 5 is just amazing. You get to see them like just put on a show, and you can relate to these characters. You can see different types of quirks and stuff like that, other than the ones that you kind of already know from Midoriya's class. So it's just phenomenal.
I agree. Comics are great. Momo needs to get beat down.
Yeah.
All the characters are awesome for sure.
For sure.
Yes.
If you guys,
more, Chuck.
My favorite season is season 4, because for me, like Midoriya is just at an all-time high. The great part about this, guys, is you're witnessing him getting better. He's already on his toes. I mean, he's very analytical. He knows he's very strategic in anything he approaches. But there's hardship there. I mean, he's gotten so much better and so much stronger that his body really, you can't hold. So there's just so much that goes on. But season 4, I mean, he has an epic battle, guys. And that episode and the music alone, just it brought me to tears, man. I was like, at the very end of that episode too, I was just like, "Yeah, Midoriya." I'm like, do that.
Yes.
I can't even tell you guys what I want to say right now.
Let Eric let us know.
What I was going to say is just on the hype train with what Steven's kind of going on. I want to piggyback off that. I mean, because just as how what Steven said is how you get to see the hero side just kind of evolve and go full throttle. I have an attachment to some of these villains that are also doing, and they bring in a new set of villains that are also just their abilities and their skill set. I mean, it's just really intriguing how just a different take on powers are, and when we get to see newer villains kind of come in, aside from what the League of Villains are. And again, you guys, I can't emphasize this enough. The League of Villains they're no walk in the park. They're no punks that are just afoot around. They're all a threat. And knowing that there are a newer set of villains that kind of gets also brought in, just really sets the stage for what our heroes, where they're going to be tested, and the upgrade of power that they're going to end up getting too. So a lot of great battles in this in the seasons throughout this anime, and again, just like what Alonso said, when you get an opportunity to see what Class 1B is able to do, and just how strong they are, it really does show you guys how much thought and that went into these characters and just their powers and abilities. And I got to tell you guys, it just only gets better. It only gets better. So again, like if I definitely want to hear from you guys. If you guys haven't checked it out and you guys are, hit us up on IG, hit me up on IG. I really want to get your guys' thoughts on what you guys have, who your guys' favorite characters are. And for those of you that are catching it on the rewind, please drop us that comment in the comment section, because we all would love to just take a look at what you guys, who you guys enjoy seeing, and what quirks you guys would have. Is there a quirk that's there now, or is there a quirk that you might develop? And just hit us with it, you guys. I love hearing about all those things. What about you and Alonso and Steve? How do you guys feel about that?
I would love to know what you guys, what quirks you have. Let's get this out the way. Let's go with Alonso first. If you had a quirk, what would that be? Mine's going to be
right now today. I wish I had the ability to just have energy. Like with Sugar Rush, he just eats like candy or food, and he's just like all powerful. Right now, it's like I wish I had that power. I mean, I know I could get it with coffee, but I would love to have something like that right now. That's the quirk I would love to have, is just to have this limitless amount of energy to keep going.
The anime's quirk would be the ability to understand women.
That is a great quirk.
Dude, ability
You're
to cure people
brother.
super fast. All right, that's it, Lord Chuck. Okay, so Eric, what's your quirk?
Oh man, as a parent, I feel like if I could have the ability to just, like there's a League of Villain character twice. If I could just make some, copies of myself to just get some things done, I mean, I think that would be my dream. You know what I mean? To just be able to do multiple things at one time. What about you, Steve?
I'm gonna go cliche, man. I want one for all, man. Generational thing. I think Alonso, symbol of peace. Symbol of peace, bro. I mean, the herd doesn't know, but my boy, comics are great. Hit Chusaki, right?
Oh,
but
yeah,
you guys, there is a great Western battle that is afoot. You got All Might and All for One.
Oh, yeah.
They do fight. That episode, guys, I cannot tell you when you guys get there. Please let us know what you guys think. That episode was powerful. But just the generational thing, the buildup when All Might uses his power all the way in, you see all the different descendants. I think that's a great responsibility to have. Like with great power comes great responsibility. And you could totally tell that this anime really hollers out to certain heroes.
Right,
All Might being like that Superman or Captain America-esque battle, so for me, one for all. I would want to be a quirkless, nobody, and build and give back, and just, be that symbol of peace. Alonso.
Yeah, no, Steve.
You look like
original. I mean, you look like someone to be All Might.
You look like someone shot a velociraptor.
Midoriya, come on.
You were like,
come on. I was like, stop it, Steve. Stop it. Yes, that's right. Come on, hey, but Steve, you're using All Might. You're using that.
Dude.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
I can use
the All Might shimmy right there.
The All Might shimmy.
that's that California dance instead of Smash. That California dance right there. Yeah,
that's that California tango, bro.
That's right. So Eric, you in in the green room or backstage, you had mentioned that the heroes in the My Hero Academia world are very similar to the boys. You kind of want to elaborate on that with us or for us?
Yes, yeah. Just like how the boys, you see, what the heroes, they kind of work for a corporation or an agency. And though they are performing, acts of service and really, going in to save kind of, the pedestrians and whatnot, they're also getting paid for their services, through their agencies that they work with. And so the My Hero Academia world is just like that, except no funny business, just like how the boys, there's some treachery afoot inside there, but
Perverted sages everywhere.
yeah, that's definitely they take a little that adult route there, and so. For the heroes, they strictly do that heroic work. They're trying to keep the streets peaceful. What's up? Comics on the Edge.
J-Limbs likes that shimmy.
Oh yeah, all my shimmy, baby. And so so the hero agencies, they do that, and so like that tournament that we were talking about, they got an opportunity to kind of see what they're getting. They want to train the next generation to basically be better than them, and so that's why these schools are kind of scattered out. And you get to see, some individuals from the U.S. side. I mean, this is a larger world than what we expect, because we get to see many different children that have these unique abilities, and they all just are trying to aspire to be the best hero that they can, and they all push themselves to the limit. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like that comparison that you had. I mean, having the boys' world minus the whole adult portion of it, and My Hero Academia, because it's like they're essentially the same thing, right?
Right.
I mean, you get paid to stop crime. Yeah. I mean, it's not like the comic books where everybody just does it for free, but it's very regulated.
Yes.
And I kind of like how that world is built, because it makes it a little bit more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how they also kind of work with, the law enforcement, like they it's not like the police are just, sitting there eating donuts, they're in the mix as well, kind of assisting with kind of what they can, like crowd traffic, and, just basically kind of keeping the people at bay while the heroes do, while they lift the heavy loads. So you still got those police officers doing their thing, just not that much.
Yep. So, I mean, you kind of got us caught up. Can you kind of get us to where we need to be for season 5? Because season 5 right now, it's what's currently happening. Can you kind of bring us this knowledge, Eric?
Yes. So, Stephen had touched on the battle between, All Might and All for One, and that is an epic battles. So that, I feel like that is a very pinnacle moment to where we are today. It really does lay the foundation, because Midoriya is now he's full-blown successor, and he's getting used to his abilities, kind of mastering what he can of a certain percentage of it, and he's basically the next to be the next symbol of peace. And so it really does slingshot you forward into where we are today, because with the number one hero, after his battle with All for One, he unfortunately has to hang up his hat of being the number one hero. And so now there really isn't anybody to kind of at least from what you think, is nobody's going to like take his place. But there is one hero amongst all of their all the top 10, top 50, heroes in the world. There is one that has been tirelessly putting in that effort to try to be the number one. Oh, can we talk about Midnight? Oh man, You know,
she's
man.
dreamy. She's dreamy,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, that she is. You know, Midnight. There's a reason why she named herself that. It's that after night hours. You know. So getting back to the point is that there's one hero that has been aspiring to take over the number one spot, and he goes by the name of Endeavor, and he is the flame hero. Uh, and as tirelessly as he's been working, I mean, this guy, there's a reason why he's been the number two hero for so long, is because he's really putting in that work, and he kind of by default, just because the kind of organization, they need a number one hero, so they ask him for it, and that's not necessarily the way he wanted it, but that is what he is going to take on that role. And so the number one hero is still fighting the bigger threat at hand, and where you're really getting these League of Villains, these Nomu, these created villains that have multiple quirks. They're just kind of running havoc, and he really does get put to the test kind of early on in his number one hero role, and he basically has to go all out on the character, this Nomu. But it is really, really cool to see that how he is able to take on this figure as the number one hero to try to win the hearts of basically the society, because he's bedside manner is a little not that great. So he's really trying to win all their hearts. And so you're getting to see that, and just kind of how things are kind of evolving there. And you get to see some also headliner heroes. The number three hero, I believe, an individual that goes by the name of Hawks. And he's basically somebody that admires Endeavor for the character who he is, and he just he wants to push him and propel him forward to be the best kind of number one that Endeavor can be. And we're getting into another round of kind of internships for these kids, and our main character Midoriya gets an opportunity to be an intern with the number one hero in his agency. And so you get to not only he, but also Todoroki, who is Endeavor's son. So there, that is also some things that you guys get to, you learn that a little earlier on, but you get to see their kind of relationship develop where it was into what it is now. And you get our boy Bakugo as well, who is going to be intern with the Endeavor agency. And they are going to be a part of a bigger picture where they say evil never sleeps, and so it's true to its word. The villains are going to be working, and you're going to get to see yet another evolution of what the villain side of things are going to be, what they're going to be working on. And I got to tell you guys, this I think what we're going to be able to see in the next couple of episodes. Episode I think 103 is going to be next, so I'm hoping that they are going to unveil the new threat that we're going to be facing, and just kind of how they're going to make it look. It is going to be something to see, you guys.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alonzo, Steve, are you guys just full throttle, ready and on board for this?
Oh man, I was mad that they took a week off, man. I was like, I woke up Saturday early morning, put it on, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Oh, I know. I was like plus ultra. I was ready.
That's right.
I was ready.
Yeah,
like I'm totally loving like this whole buildup and how like you see this character grow, and it's not just him, but it's like everybody. I mean, seriously. I mean, I think Jeff Geek Driven mentioned this already, but it's like you can't go wrong with any of these characters. I mean, even if their quirks are just crazy and out there, but like each of them are their own individuals and they're great.
Yeah, absolutely. The character written is awesome.
Geek Driven said, "I haven't watched season 5 yet."
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jeff.
So, Jeff, I am sorry, my friend. That I was talking about bedside manners for Endeavor, and here I lost mine, man. I am sorry. I should have.
That's okay. I'm sure.
Warning you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll catch it up. He'll catch it up.
You're gonna prompt him to watch it right now. He's like,
exactly. Exactly.
I mean, see it.
Today is a holiday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So Geek can, put in those after hours and watch it
Anthony,
late at night.
Thank you for stopping by, brother.
Thank you. Comics are great.
One of the questions too that we had in the chat, and I kind of wanted just to kind of wait, but since we're kind of at the end, one of the questions is the My Hero Academia manga and the anime similar? And since you read both, and since you read the manga and watch the anime, let us know.
Yeah, no, they are similar. I think from what I've noticed in the anime and what in the manga is that there's only one filler episode to my knowledge with the My Hero Academia anime. Everything that you were kind of seeing up until now is all canon. So that all is inside the manga as well. However, the manga, I believe it's quite a few chapters ahead of what the anime is producing. So we're probably going to see, fingers crossed, you guys. I'm hoping to see at least another 2 seasons of this. But yeah, from what I've read, it's really enjoyable, you guys.
So it's on point, right?
Oh yeah.
One of the things too that I had personally had a question on is like the movies. So there's 2 movies so far, right?
Yes.
Do these movies are they in the manga? Because I kind of feel that they might be a little disjointed.
They are disjointed, so they are not canon to the story, to the actual story. Although if you guys haven't seen it, you guys definitely should see them both. They're really. They did a fantastic job, just kind of doing what they could to stay in line with, I guess it's just like how the characters develop. I feel like that's where, that's a little sub story, if you will, but not canon, not true to the actual storyline, but still enjoyable nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've watched both of them. They're amazing.
Yeah, I know. I actually saw both of them in the theater.
Nice.
But for me, I've never read the manga, so I didn't know, but in watching the movies and then seeing the anime, I can see where it's like this is a little odd. Like it didn't feel like it was a cohesive thing. They were just kind of like, hey, let's just put a movie out.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely agree.
And guys, when we're looking at comic books on the West Side, My Hero Academia trumps like sales. I mean, it's undeniable. I mean, this is the anime you want to watch if you love heroes and you love things of that nature. To see it on a Japanese interpretation, I strongly recommend you guys watch what's on Hulu. Episodes season 1 through 5. You will be happy, and then jump into the manga and read those. I fell off, and Eric came by, just wandering around on Friday and told me about what was going on with the manga, and this is what prompted this. I was just like in awe. I was like, yeah, we need to get you on here immediately.
Yeah, you guys. So definitely, if you haven't started the series yet, definitely jump on it. And just like what Steven said, if you still want more and you just can't help yourself, like me, definitely go propel yourself forward and read the mangas because you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Oh, we will get into those.
Oh yes, Bleach and Naruto. That's right. You guys. It seems like everybody in the chat just has a lot of feedback and input on just different animes to cover. And though those animes I know are completed series, I would love to just go back and revisit some of those, you guys, and get some of your guys' thoughts on it. What you guys thought about them as well. So we're always pleased to hear from you guys, and definitely showing the love. That's right.
Phil, what's going on, Phil? All right, Eric, are we done giving our herd, familia, the lowdown? Is the Team Nerd Herd ready to go ahead and get that Hulu open and watched it? And without that, let's go ahead and take them out Team Nerd Herd style, right, brother?
Yeah, no. I think you guys, definitely go back and, get into it, but if you haven't and you guys are just kind of wanting to see what's happening next, you guys are pretty much there, so with that being said, you guys, I said it before, you guys already know the Team Nerd Herd motto. So you guys, if you want to do it right, collect what you like. Peace out, everybody.
DJ Abomination.